Boys and girls, if you're like me, you understand that AI is completely transforming the world. And a couple days ago, I was on a Zoom call and I realized that I'm falling completely behind. Listen, I use AI daily. I'm using Claude Cowork. I've been doing some really cool stuff with Zapier and OpenAI and APIs. Been doing some pretty cool stuff. But when I saw what some of my friends are doing with Claude and with AI, my mind was blown. I have a buddy, Tyler, who owns a pressure washing company in South Florida. He built his entire website with AI, fully SEO'd, backlinks, review automation, everything. He canceled all of his expensive software. He's saving about $1,200 annually. Pretty slick. I have another friend, Casey. He runs a trading business. What's up, Casey? I see you. Very good dude, Christian guy, great guy. He built out his own CRM. He replaced HubSpot. He set up his own email delivery system, moved his entire operation off third-party SaaS tools, saving about 12 grand annually. I almost didn't believe him. Then I got a call with this guy, my man Daniel Knight here. And I was like, hey, Dan, what are you doing? I'm seeing all these people. They're building this really cool stuff with Claude. I'm using Claude Code. Actually, right now, while we're talking, Claude Code is performing tasks for me, but that's another story. But I talked to Dan, and Dan's been building these AI-powered apps. And when he showed me he was building, I was blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. And we're on the call. I was like, dude, you need to teach me how to do this. You need to teach me how to do this. And he said, yeah, sure, I can do it. I'll host a workshop. We can host it, we can do it together and that'll be a thing. I said, okay, that sounds good. And he's like, bet. 2 days later, guys, 2 days later, Daniel, this guy right here, 2 days later, this guy messaged me. He's sending me a link. He's like, okay, the entire website's done. The database is done. Stripe integration is done. Website hosting it's all done. I said, Dan, we spoke like 24, 48 hours ago, and this is already done. He said, yes. I had to bring him on here, guys, because I don't think that people fully appreciate what's happened. And I just wanted him to kind of showcase what he built here, because it's really, really just spectacular. So, Dan, appreciate you being here and sharing this with us, because people need to know, man. People need to freaking know.
Yeah, Mark, 100%. And thank you for having me on. I'm excited for the workshop. And honestly, like at the end of the day, if people walk away with nothing more than just start using Claude and see what it can do for you from this, that's going to be awesome. Because it's totally changed my life. I feel like I'm moving a million miles a minute. I just upgraded from the Claude Max 5X subscription to the 20X. So now I'm really moving and super excited for that. So yeah, I'm pumped to share a little bit about what we've got, what we've built. And I'm just going to show what we built with the landing page, because that's powerful in and of itself. So cool if I share my screen?
Yeah, please do. And I just want to reiterate that point that Dan just made, is that like, the reality is, I think everybody needs to wake up and smell the roses. Companies are laying off people by the thousands, tens of thousands. Oracle today just announced they're going to be releasing 30,000 people, and it's happening across the board. At least on YouTube, it's my mission to help men be relevant, respected, and financially free. And the reality is, I don't think it's going to be possible to be any one of those if you're not at least familiar with these tools. So, whether or not you join Daniel and I to build these apps here in a few days, great. We'd love to have you. Actually, we have a money back guarantee. So if you're not happy with it, you get all your money back, period, end stop. But at the end of the day, you got to start to put this together. And I'm just honored that Dan is going to give me the full tech stack, all the standard operating procedures, show me exactly how to do this, because this is really cool stuff. So anyway, Dan, show us what you built.
Let's do it. So this right here is the workshop landing page. Okay. And you might think that, it's just a landing page, right? But there's actually a lot behind the scenes that has been built with this to make it scalable, modular, and actually function the way an event registration and landing page and all that should function. So we're going to be covering for 2 days how to build and launch your app using Claude and some other top tools, but the primary one is Claude. And the reason why I'm loving Claude so much is because it actually does things for you. So much so, like, a lot of the times it does things you didn't even realize you wanted, but it actually just does it. So this is the landing page that we built. And if you are at any point interested in registering, you can do that at workshop.nightvibe.me. And what's cool about this is, so one, we've got this live counter that's going to tell people how many seats are left. So when somebody buys a ticket, it actually updates on the back end that we have this many seats left. Okay.
Can I
Next,
just, I want to highlight something real quick. A lot of
yeah.
times when I see people make apps, it looks, it's like the crazy hot chick at the bar. It looks good up front, but it's actually insane on the back end. What was really impressed me about like where we're at with AI right now is you can actually build a solid front end and back end. So just the way that you've incorporated and set up the database and the dashboard, like that to me is an aha moment. So anyway, keep going.
Yeah, well, and I mean, here's the thing. You had showed me somebody else's workshop that they were doing, and I could tell immediately that they were using some third-party system to manage registrations and all that. And I was like, man, that's so basic. I like to practice what I preach and show people before telling people. So I built this site to be exactly that, a show and tell, right? And so the back end is designed to really manage this website in a way that we can continue doing workshops, we can bring other people in, and so many different things. And so I wanted to create it in a way that was impressive, right? So we've got like this interactive background. It's like the dumbest little thing, but I have so much fun having these little circles chase my cursor around on the
What?
screen. It's like so dumb, but I honestly like have so much fun with it. Little things like that, right? But these are things that you can do with Claude. I told it exactly what I wanted. I wanted, those to chase me around, and there are more all over the place. But anyway, the idea is that it's such a powerful system that I wanted to show you right off the bat, right? So we've got like these different cards that you can see, that kind of explain what you can use it for, what we're going to be covering, why you might want to learn about Claude and how you can build your own app, whether it's like an event registration page or like a custom dashboard, or maybe you have an idea that you actually want to monetize. And we're going to take you all the way through that, just like I built this one, where if you actually sign up, it's going to take you to the payment page, and then it tells us that you purchased a ticket. You get reminder notifications, you get, reminders leading up to the event. We've got bonuses that you get access to, and all that. And so all of this we put into the back end of the app so that you don't have to do anything and we don't have to do really much besides offer the solution, which is the event, right? And so this is just kind of one example of the types of apps that you can build. This is very much a web-based app, and we're going to be taking people through how do you create your landing page, how do you do it in a psychological way that triggers buying behaviors and gets people to actually take action and gets them to want to come back and want to keep coming back, right? So in the workshop, we're going to be taking people through. Ideally, you come with an idea. We really want people that have some sort of idea in mind that they want to build, and you want to put that together so you can either make money, save time, and really just, operate much more efficiently. Whether you have a business or not, this could actually become your business if you were to create an app that you monetize. And we'll take you through all
The
of
other
that.
thing I'll kind of point out here is, the importance of AI literacy, because, a lot of businesses are paying a lot of money for software. You're not connected to a HubSpot or Go High Level, a Beehive, any of these expensive SaaS platforms where you're paying for seats. Like, to me, if one of my employees or team members came up to me and says, "Hey, Mark, you know that software you're paying $3,000 a year for? You actually don't need that anymore because I built this." That's
Yeah.
just, that's crazy towns. The additional value you can bring to clients, bosses, customers, it's shocking. It's shocking how I'm just completely, I'm baffled at how quickly you were able to put this together.
Yeah, well, and what's funny is the more and more I've been building with this, I can see a very clear path to. I mean, I built my whole agency system outside of Go High Level. There's a full CRM with a full email and text nurture sequence, and it's all done without a CRM. It's my own CRM, which is so amazing.
It's a SaaS
Um,
apocalypse is what it is. It's a SaaS apocalypse,
yeah,
which makes me
100%.
nervous because I'm the director of marketing for a SaaS company and we're about to hit 4 million ARR. And I'm wondering, where's this going to be in 12 months? Because
Yeah, that's an interesting place to be. I mean,
I
here's
don't
the
know where I'm
thing.
going to be. I don't know where I'm going to be in a year. I recognize that I need to level up. So anyway, go.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I fully anticipate most businesses getting to a point where they have their own custom software to solve
Yeah.
exactly the pinpointed thing that they're solving for in their business. And so this is the kind of thing that we're going to be teaching people. And even more so, like if you are a business owner, this is definitely a call you're going to want to be on, an event, a workshop you're going to want to be at, because we're going to cover everything. Literally, go from the idea you have to a very basic level, if any level of knowledge using Claude. We'll take you all the way through so you can actually have a functional app that you can use in your business or as your business. You can build something just for fun, right? You can create games with this. You know, sky's the limit with it. So let me kind of show like how I designed this in a modular way, because right now all you kind of see is just a website, right? And it looks great. Obviously, it's beautiful. You know, we're going to be taking people through the full process and they'll walk away with an actual application. This is kind of like the first little teaser tool of like some of the things that are possible. Um, and basically, it is this calculator that you can use to kind of see how much your app can make. So we've got some of these preset custom buttons that you can kind of click on. So let's say you wanted to create like a coaching or a coaching app or a course, right? You can see if you charge 97 bucks and you had 150 users, that's a potential of 14.6K a month. Um, awesome, right? And you know, that might not seem like that many people to sign up, and honestly it's not. And so we're going to take you through the whole process of how to build an app, how to gate it with a paywall, because that's something that I had the hardest time cracking that nut on the first app that I ever built about a year ago. I was like, all right, how do I make it so people don't get access to this if they stop paying me? I couldn't figure it out, so I just charged them once up front, and they got access for life, 1,000 bucks, and now they have ongoing access. But it was not really attainable for a lot of people. You know, $97 a month, a lot of people here might not even be thinking of an app like that. Maybe something more like 29 or 49, right? But the math all works out to, you know, price per month times how many users equals your revenue. So whatever
It
it is you're
is.
trying to build, we
I do
can
want to
figure it
add
out.
that I think it's cool how interactive this is because most WordPress sites that I see are not interactive at all. It's just block of text. So the ability to create interactive widgets and just those like small things like where you're clicking the little stars follow the mouse.
Yeah.
Like like this is not normal app use. It's very cool. It's very cool what's possible here. When you
Yeah.
it's just your only limitation is imagination.
It's true. It's it's amazing and it's true. And that's where this came from. I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if I could like have some sort of calculator, like to show people how much they could actually make with their app. So I was like, all right. And I just told Claude, I was like, hey, I want a calculator. I want it to have, you know, these colors. I want some preset examples of, you know, apps that use real data, like average price point for these types of apps and average number of users. So that I went off of average numbers here. And I said to keep it conservative because I don't want people coming in here thinking that, oh, I'm going to have an AI tool with 20 for $29 a month and 2,800 users, you know, and make 83 grand a month. Is that possible? Totally. But truth is, you know, the day of apps being hard to create is becoming
It's
further
over.
and further away.
It's over.
There's still a lot that goes into this, which is why we're doing a workshop, because for the database to work and the payments to function properly where people get access or lose access is kind of tricky. And so that's where we're going to be spending a lot
That's
of
where I
time.
screwed up. I built an app about 8 months ago, and the database was a mess. The
Oh
back
man.
end was a mess. So that's part of why I'm excited about it. Show us the dashboard because when you showed me like the dashboard, I was like, this is this is crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like like a professional SaaS platform. It's yeah. I'll let you take it away and explain what you did here because it's crazy.
Yeah. So, okay. So, just real quick, I want to point out a couple things, okay? Because the modular part kind of comes below this, right? So, all of these buttons here, these are part of our offer, right? This is everything that we are including with it, including a bonus trial to the app dashboard that I've created, as well as Mark is offering to feature. We're committing to the top 3 apps that are built to kind of feature them on Mark's YouTube channel. And so these two things are bonuses that we may or may not offer on future events, right? And same with, who's hosting it. I wanted to make it in a way because I'm going to be doing additional workshops myself with other people who have wanted to collaborate. So I was like, I want to make this really easy to reproduce this page and change some of the specific details. So I created this back end dashboard that not only does it manage the events, but it also manages the registrants, it manages the wait list. We created a whole affiliate system as part of this. And we even created like custom campaigns where people can access the custom emails and social media templates. There's a questionnaire. So when people do register, you get an email that says, hey, make sure you fill out the questionnaire to let us know what your app idea is. All of those will live inside of our backend system, right? So what's super cool about this is now, so we just looked at, this is the April 7th and 8th workshop, right? And when you scroll down, you'll see we've got the app dashboard bonus and the Mark Savant YouTube showcase bonus, Daniel and Mark speaking, right? So what I did, like I said, is there's also this May 20th event. That's just an example date. But basically I made it where I can come in here, I can customize the title, I can customize the dates, the price, the capacity, the checkout link, if it's a featured event, if it's public facing, as well as the offer items. So that stack of things that we're offering, let's say we're not going to offer the YouTube showcase on the next one. And let's say we're not going to make the guarantee. We're going to make the guarantee because we know that this is going to happen, that we just don't need to not offer that, right? So I can hit save, and then that actually updates my entire website, the entire landing page for this May 20th event, right? And so if I scroll down here, then you'll see this would be like if I did it on my own without my buddy Mark, right? I can't do the YouTube guarantee, so it's gone. No YouTube showcase, right? If it's just going to be me, then it's just me, right? Just make it super easy to recreate another event, another workshop. And then on top of that, I can add additional hosts. So I can have another person that I would be co hosting with, additional offers. So if they're like, well, hey, I got this bonus, awesome. We create that, we add it to the site, boom, it's done. Maybe we want a different guarantee because Alex Hormozy was like, that guarantee sucks, which it doesn't. We can add Alex Hormozy's $100 million offer guarantee, right? And then we have all the people in the wait list, and we can send them, hey, we just launched this event coming up, and why don't you go ahead and check it out? Which I just sent that to myself as an
Wow.
example.
So you have you can send out emails to people that easily. You have the email integration set up,
Yeah,
sending it out to be. That's wow.
or a custom email, because why
I'm
not?
spending so much money on this stuff right now.
It's nuts. It's nuts. Well, and this is like barely scratching the surface with this app. You should see what I've done with I created a prospecting system that scrapes leads every morning, and then it sends them this lead nurture sequence to get them on my calendar. I don't have to do anything, but I woke up with 10 new leads today, and they all hit the email sequence because they were searching for AI solutions.
How is the deliverability on that? Because that's, I guess, one of the big things is, well, use our system because we have the deliverability and the trust and the authority.
96%.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Good question, Mark. Like
Oh
an
my goodness.
unlimited sends.
Dude,
Mind
I
blowing.
just I just don't know where the world is going to be in 2 years. Like there's going to be a SaaS apocalypse. All these people that are working for SaaS companies now are completely cooked. They're completely cooked. I don't know how else to say. And you know what's crazy to me? I go on YouTube and I talk about this stuff with people, and there's guys in the comments who are like, "AI is just slop. It'll never take my job. I'm special." I'm like, bro, do you not you got to see what's happening. I just,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, yeah, it's nuts. So, a couple other things. So, I mentioned like we built a whole affiliate dashboard, right? And so inside of this, like I can just add somebody. I can create custom links, all that. I can see the referrals that have come in, which is super cool. So I had this, and I was like, you know what? That's useful. But what I really want, because I do a lot with strategic partners, and the best partnerships have a partner page and portal. And so I'm like,
Right.
I need a partner page and portal. So I did that. I created this Night Vibe, this partner portal where if you become an affiliate or you register for the event, you want to invite other people, you'll get commissions. Awesome. But we made it super easy, right? We created this whole portal where you have promo templates, all of the leads that come in. You can create a custom landing page as well as custom links. And so all of these pre-built templates are right here ready for you to copy and paste. I even made a copy content button. So this email is on my clipboard, right? I can paste it in a note and let's see here. I can paste it in a note and it's good to go, right? So I don't think I'm actually sharing that screen. So anyway, so there's that. But then so we created it for emails, whether you do like an HTML branded email or a plain text email, or you want to just do a text blast, right? We gave you a pre-built template for a text blast with your affiliate link in it. And then social media templates, because who would we be without social media templates? And of course, you can click copy or you can just hit the button and it'll open up your social media page where you can just quickly paste the post into your, uh, you know, deal and hit post.
Wow.
And it's done, right? So that took all of what 2 seconds, right? And it included the link, included the details. Good to go,
Wow.
right? So
Wow.
built all of that. The partner portal was not part of the initial 24. I think it was less than 24 hours, Mark, to get that built and sent to you. Um,
But I
I got
think
a
what's
little.
cool is like every time I talk to you, you're just like, oh yeah, I just threw something else on. You just keep building and building and building. And to me, what's really special about this is being able to create a minimum viable product very quickly,
Mhm.
uh, very, very inexpensively. And then when you find something that works, stack, stack. Didn't work, unstack. So it's just the ability to test things very, very rapidly is
Yeah.
is very impressive. It's like I have about 10 different things that I'm thinking about building during the workshop. So that's my biggest challenge is figuring out exactly what I'm going to build during that workshop, basically.
Right. Well, hey, you gotta, you know what? Well, maybe you just need to fill out the questionnaire because
I think
that'll
so.
help you identify. Um, and I just tell people think about like where are you spending the most time, uh, where are you making the most money, and just start from there. Okay, answer those questions. And is there an app we can build to help you save time making more money?
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I'm super stoked for this. That like and again, just making sure that your database is set up correctly is really key.
Hmm.
The interactive screen really really neat. The affiliate portal,
Yeah.
like literally genius. And I'm driving down to South Florida tomorrow, so I'm going to be getting on my phone calling people like, hey, you're going to join the affiliate program or what, man? Here's the link. And you're just like, hey, Mark, here's the link. Get it to people. They can get signed up and start promoting and getting tracked. The email automations there. It's really mind blowing to me as someone who's been in marketing and digital media for the past five years.
Hmm.
Like what's happened over the last 12 months. And when I see what you built here and I see what my other friends are building, it really put my feet to the fire, I think.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm doing some really cool stuff with Claude Cowork. Like before I get up from my computer, I always ask Claude Cowork to do something. And when
You
I
have.
come back, it's done it.
Yeah. Half the time it's done before you get up from your computer. So you're like, oh man, I need
It's
to give
it's
it more
wild.
detail.
I was talking to the CTO of the company that I do marketing with,
Hmm.
and he's telling me, he's like, Mark, 2 months ago, I thought I was going to need to hire guys to help code so we could build up the software. He's like, but now Claude Code is so good at writing the code. I don't even need that anymore. What's happened to me is I'm spending so much. I actually feel like my brain is fried. I have mind fatigue because I'm spending so much time on this higher level, upper level strategic work. You
Yeah.
know, and so it's a different type of problem that we have now. You're only limited to by your creativity, and this is another reason why I think being in a group session where we're learning and working with each other, you don't feel that sense of isolation. You don't feel that sense of like, well, there's analysis paralysis. It's we go in there, it's like step by step. Here's the tech stack. Here's what we're doing next, and then by the end of 2 days, I'm going to have a working app. I'm just completely. I'm just very honored that you would host this because this is very high level stuff, very high level.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I, I think I said either to you or just as we were getting started, but I fully anticipate businesses to move in the direction of everybody has their own custom app. Like, I think CRMs are in trouble
Yeah.
um, because they're so bad. Because they're not custom, right? They try their best to be customizable for everybody, which ends up not being perfect for anybody. But if you can customize it exactly the way that you want
Yeah.
to solve all of your problems, the core outcome that you've, created your business for, to streamline that for your clients and make it, really user friendly for your team. Beyond that, being able to customize it for your team, it's like, why would you go with anything else? And I built
100%. In the most software, you're paying for all these features that you will never use. I don't
right.
want to throw softwares on their bus, but I am. HubSpot, Monday, high
Mm-hmm.
level. You're paying for a ton of different features that you don't use. And anytime you want to add a new team member, it jacks up the price. So all of a sudden you hit your limit. HubSpot is like really getting under my skin right now.
Mm,
And no, I'm probably not going to take on HubSpot as a sponsor anytime soon because, uh, you know, it's like every time you want to do something, it's like, oh, well, you need to pay more for this feature. Or, oh, you want to add new seats? Well, we need to re-sign your contract that you have. And it's like, why are we doing things that way? There's no reason to do that way when you can just build out software so quickly. You're one guy. You're not even a developer, right? You don't
right.
write code, right? You're just
I correct. I have coding experience, so I think I have a little bit of an edge with that. There are some points where you got to get pretty technical with things, which is part of why I feel really good about being the person to put this workshop on, is because I had to really challenge my brain to get things to a point where it clicked and it was totally functional. And once that happened, now it's just easy. Now I just plow through it. I'm able to troubleshoot and build beyond that. So much so, I don't know if you even know this, but I actually moved my app. I have a mobile app that is going through the App Store process right now, like with the Apple App Store, right? I moved it from this other system and I have completely rebuilt it with Claude, completely
wow.
from scratch. Yeah, because I was like, all right, I got this, and I'm like, I don't want to pay hosting every month for this system when I can build it and just do it all on my own. So the thing is about this, like, you own the code, you own the software, you own the application. It's totally custom to you. When you think about companies that have like a real application, and you're like, man, it would be so cool if I could get to that point. You can with this. Like, it's amazing. Like, full actual custom application. I was just showing somebody today one of the dashboards that I built, and she's like, so like, where is this hosted? Is this like a ClickUp thing? Is this like, part of like some other system? I'm like, no. This is custom code built
Yeah.
specifically for your business in the exact way that you want it. Like, these types of applications, companies pay six, seven figures for to have built for them. And obviously that cost is going down dramatically, but still to build something like this out with a full database and gated paywall access or login, access, like for people to be able to use their own credentials and get in. And, if you want to have like a team and all that, like those kinds of applications cost, multiple five and six figures to build. And we're going to
Even
take
more.
you
I
through.
I have a buddy who maybe a decade ago, built out an app, hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Yeah,
probably in the millions by now to build out this app.
yeah, yeah. Some
And
of the
every
things.
time there's, and it's like when you're working with developers are expensive, and you run into an issue and like, oh, I need the developer is going to come in and he's going to charge me another 10 grand to make this update, right? It's just, and I, in another life, and I was in the enterprise world. I was working for a big insurance company. I was managing an insurance agency, and they brought in Salesforce as the CRM, and that was a fiasco of infinite proportions. And I think we're probably a ways. Like, I'm not saying I want to build out a Salesforce style app here. I want to do something, that's maybe a little bit more down to earth. Some cool thing. We'll talk about that. Maybe we'll do another live stream and I'll give you some of my ideas. But yeah, there's this aha moment when you started showing me what you built here. There's this aha moment where I kind of realized that the world is never going to be the same, and I just want to bring that to more people so that they realize that the world's never going to be the same, because there is a tidal wave coming. There is clearly a tidal wave coming, and I don't want my fellow guys out there, I don't want you to get swept under that tsunami. So anyway, I'm just glad to make this accessible, and yeah, I'm glad you were willing to honor a money back guarantee, because I think it's important to me and my community that we give some guarantees that, hey, if you come into this, you're gonna walk away with something very valuable.
Yeah. Yep. Provided you show up and do the work, which is really just following the instructions and sharing what you're working on, working through some of the things. Like, we're right there with you, making sure it all goes smoothly. So, yeah,
I'm
we
excited.
got you. It's gonna be powerful. I'm really excited too, and I love it. I love educating people, especially on tech. So many people are afraid of it. They, are resistant to adopting new technology, and I get it. The things that we don't like are usually the things that we're not good at, and so we're gonna help you get good at it. We're gonna be right there with you. I've been using Claude religiously and going deep with it. You know, like I said, I've been teaching people how to implement systems and build things and, really leverage the powerful tools that they have for a long time. And that's one of my skill sets for sure. I'm
I
excited.
enjoyed nerding out with you, a couple years ago on spreadsheets, just seeing what you're doing with spreadsheets. I was like, oh man, you're getting my juices flowing now with spreadsheets. Love it.
And perfect. I'm glad that you mentioned that because, for anybody watching this, and Mark, you too, spreadsheets. Think about that spreadsheet you have. Okay, there's like this one, maybe it's got a lot of colors, it's got like all these different tabs. Maybe it's super useful for you and you find it really, effective at helping stay on top of things, if it's content that you're planning or events or, projects, whatever it is. I find that most business owners have some sort of creative spreadsheet that they're like, I need to put everything in here. And it's inconsistent because not everybody uses it. And it's also a spreadsheet. And so that spreadsheet, bring that to the table and let's make an app out of it and really dial in that process of your business in a way that takes it to the next level and saves you a ton of time and your team.
I actually love that idea.
Yeah,
I've
it
got
came
some
to me last night.
spreadsheets. Oh, I've
Yeah.
got spreadsheets that are used regularly, and they could be much cleaner, much nicer.
Or they could be an app that people log into and comment and,
That's what I mean. I'm leading a team of about 10 people that are managing all these different messages and marketing through different channels, everything from, affiliates to social media to email to SMS.
yeah.
Just get my juices flowing here. Get my juices flowing. All right, well, guys, listen up. We're gonna go ahead and close this down. I'm excited about this, Dan. You should definitely join us in this workshop. It's 2 days, 4 hours each day. Come ready, come heated, come equipped, and you're gonna walk away with a working app. That's the promise. You have the SOPs. You're gonna have the step by step. You don't have analysis paralysis. You're gonna have someone on YouTube the other day asked me, "Well, what qualifies you to lead this?" I'm like, I'm not qualified. That's why I'm bringing in Dan, because when I see what he's built, I said I want that. What he's doing, I want that, and so he's going to be giving it giving it to us. And I just want to thank you again, Dan. Again, Dan, you're a great guy, and I'm excited to rock and roll.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm excited too. And yeah, yeah, definitely stoked for that. And I've been building out systems and streamlining things, integrating tech for a long time. You know, off and on over the past 5 6 years. But I've built out systems that have handled hundreds of millions of dollars of transactions and in a very scalable way that has saved people a significant amount of time and made people a significant amount of money. And so we're going to be applying all of that to whatever you are building.
Dig it. Guys, join us in the workshop. You won't be disappointed. It's going to be fun. It's going to be lively. We're going to build. It's going to be great.